Hey everybody, venturing out from the garage today. A little bit of good news, bad news this morning. Bad news first, I have to go to the dentist. Good news, Harbor Freight is right down the street from the dentist. So I can go there and load up on all my favorite stuff from Harbor Freight. So I'll take you along with me. Come on, let's go. All right, we're here. Oh, and they saved me my VIP spot right up front here. Here we go. I got mad coupons. I came prepared today. So speaking of Harbor Freight coupons, some of the best I've found are in the back of Hot Rod magazine. And that's these here. They've been putting more and more back there, it seems like lately. And then also in the Sunday paper, those are pretty good too. So this is my local Harbor Freight. It's attached to a food city, so you can get all your groceries and stuff. And then while you're here, you can also get your hair and nails did. Now something new at my Harbor Freight I noticed is this sign here. And I've seen this on some of the stuff they've sent me too, the disposal notice. Does that mean like if you don't buy it, they're just chucking it in the trash? I haven't been able to figure that strategy out. So is it weird that I love coming here so much? Do you guys feel the same way when you come to Harbor Freight? This store used to be really small, but then they added this whole section on over here. It's like way nicer to shop in now. Wait, I went to the dentist? I could have just bought this stuff and did it myself. Oh yeah, cleaned up today. I think that looks really good in all white. I would drive that. Check out our mean looking cop cars here. Look at that thing. Pull over, dirtbag. All right, well that was lots of fun, but back to the garage. Okay folks, we are back in the garage. It's a different day. Got back the other day, ran into a few things I had to do, and then there was a tornado warning. So no garage work on my fun Harbor Freight trip day. But it's a new day, and I just have a little bit of time in the garage today. Mainly it's going to be focused on lots of little tedious things we have to do. Parts cleaning mainly, and some organization stuff. So let's get to work. But first, more goodies have arrived. So in that box was my newly refurbished transfer case that just came from Jack's Transmissions. I think they did an awesome job. It looks great. I think the price was right, and they turned it around very quickly. Can't wait to bolt this thing in. So one of the things I got on my Harbor Freight trip is this big bin here. I think it's just called a big drain pan. I'm not sure exactly how it's listed in their store or on their website, but this was just $7.99. I thought that was a great deal for such a big heavy-duty drain pan. This is where I'm going to do most of my cleanup work. I can just put the parts down in here, spray them with some mineral spirits, and then use a brush or whatever I need to clean them up really good. So I better get started. Okay, I think that's a pretty good first pass there. I'm not going for perfection on these parts. Sadly, I just don't have the time to go to that level of detail. I just want to get everything good and clean and serviceable. This one was pretty darn dirty. So let's go ahead and set it over here to dry. All right, who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Engine mount. I really like mineral spirits for this job. It's powerful, it dries quickly, it's easy on parts, and once you get a little puddle of it built up in your pan, you can reuse it. So a little really goes a long way. There's a variety of different ways you can keep it and apply it. I just put it in an old window cleaning spray bottle like this and spray it on. Here's a good old dingy part. This is one of the engine mounts. You can see just a bunch of old oil and dirt caught up in there everywhere. There's a good look. Really greasy and dirty and dingy. All right, there we go. Mineral Spirits did an awesome job on this. It's like brand new. Now, not everything has to go into the old cleaner bin over there. This is just barely dirty. It just needs a little wipe, so I just spray some on a cloth and go over it a little bit. And that's completely fine for that piece there. Man, water pipe, you nasty. Nice, nice. Okay, everybody, it's days later now, and I'm back at it in here in the garage. Now, today I'm gonna tackle this dirty engine bay behind me. You saw me cleaning some engine parts and things, and I did some other parts that I didn't record on camera, so we got all those little tidbits done. But now we got the big job of this dirty old engine bay. You will notice I have a different onesie on today. I've got the something from my summer collection that I've had a long time. It's just hot and humid here in Tennessee right now, so I needed something a little thinner. So here are some of the items we're going to use. Of course, I got the scrub bubs. An awesome discovery that it works excellent on engine bays, getting, degreasing, stuff like that. So I got some scrub bubs. And plus, I just like these guys. If you've seen my videos, you know I just sort of love these guys. So we got some simple green, not too much, just a little bit. I've got water, some of this Zep heavy duty citrus degreaser, which I love, really good stuff. I've got this too, Blaster, which I'm just gonna try that out. I've got mineral spirits, plenty of paper towels, a couple different brushes, gloves, of course, my pan. And then I have this mat. Now I've been using these mats for a while. This is by Oil Dry. I think it's called the Garage Guard. And they say this thing can soak up to 2 quarts of fluid. And you see it has this like rubber back to it so it won't soak through onto your garage floor. And I use these things for all sorts of stuff. I mean, if you're just doing some kind of a job, you throw it down and it just soaks up an amazing amount of fluid. And it just disperses it, and it even dries out. I mean, it just spreads out and it doesn't even stay wet. It's really amazing. But I highly recommend the Oil Dry Garage Guard. I'll put a link to it in the description. All right, so I've shown you the engine bay before. We took a little quick look at it. It's actually not horrible. I mean, we've spent a lot of time years back cleaning the top half, everything we could reach with the engine sitting in there. But now that the engine is out, we found some dirty spots. Now I gotta say, over on this side, we're pretty good. Pretty darn clean, that frame rail down there, nice and clean. Just, barely any dirt or grease on that. That'll be easy. When we start coming this way, you can see the cross member down here, really dirty. Lots of, oil mist and stuff and dirt that's attached to that. And then as you get over in this area, on this frame rail, same deal. The previous owner said his daughter drove it for, I don't know, an untold amount of time without the oil cap on it, which that happens sometimes, but I think that explains why it's so filthy over in this area, potentially. So you can see over here, oh boy. So what I'll end up doing is just unbolting lots of things, moving them aside, and then cleaning underneath and then putting them back. So lots of that going on. Pretty tedious work, pretty slow, but absolutely worth it if you have an engine out to take the extra time to do it. Some of these cleaners can be a little rough on paint, so it's a good idea to protect any areas that might get some overspray on there. Okay. Good. All right, I'm gonna start over here. I've just moved a couple of things out of the way, this power steering reservoir and pump, and just unbolted a few brackets and things. And you can see, if you just unbolt a couple brackets, it gives you tons of room, and you can just sort of slide things around like this line. I could just sort of slide this out of the way. These guys, move these around. That's all you're doing, is just trying to get around and behind things without too much disassembly. What are we going to use first? Power steering pump's starting to look good. This brake junction was so black and filthy. Looking lots better now. That AC compressor is looking a lot better. Okay, I'm about 6 hours into this, and there's still so much more to do. But it's turning out good, and already I can tell a huge difference. So I better get back at it. So pretty much this whole batch of rags and towels and stuff is just from doing that front driver's side corner that was the greasiest. Look at all this. Ugh. What a mess. Okay, I'm gonna call this done for now. It's not perfect, but it's 1000% better than it was. You can see the whole frame rail area, much better than before. Clean now, instead of covered with like oil and road grime and stuff. And the whole ABS area is nice and clean now. That was really a mess in there. And all the AC lines and power steering lines, all wiped down, brake lines. The cross member in the back was so filthy. Oh my goodness. The frame rail on this passenger side. And our little rear steering lines are nice and clean now. Okay, I don't want to have to do that again anytime soon. What a job. Holy cow. But I must say I am happy with the results. It'll be a lot nicer to work in here with all the with the engine and everything going back in. now that it's all cleaned and straightened out in here. All right, I think that's enough for today. Really put in a lot of hours in the garage today, just doing all that deep cleaning that needed to be done. What's nice is now that that's out of the way, I can focus on taking all the accessories from the old engine and sticking them on the new engine, getting that thing ready, and focus on getting it back into the Galant. So I feel like today was a real turning point, and we can really get rocking on that engine now. So I appreciate all of your support, and with that said, thanks again, folks. We'll see you next time.